How about a tactic with all three teams getting European spots? We got one today. Let's check it out. Yes, this is another Klopp tactic. This is called the Unbeatable Jurgen Klopp from NIK FM, NIK FM. I don't know, NIK FM. But as you can see, is a standard 4-3-3. We have a sweeper keeper in defense. We have a wingback on the left in support, a complete wingback on the right, ball playing defenders in defend on both sides, a DM in support, Mazzala in attack, an advanced playmaker in attack on the right, inside forward on the right in attack, inverted winger on the left, and then advanced forward in attack centrally. This is an attacking Klopp style. So I'm sure it's based on Gegenpress, but in possession, attacking wide, width is fairly wide, overlap in the left and right, play at defense, passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses, work the ball in the box, which is what I always like to do, run at defense, in transition, counter press, counter, distribute to the center backs, and take short kicks. And then out of possession, high press line of engagement, standard defensive line, so it's a little bit wider there, trigger press much more often, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Like I mentioned earlier, all three teams in Europe is amazing to see. Wolves actually getting to third spot with 80 points, tied for second, just bad in goal differential. And then Tottenham 10 points away, 70 points right there. Newcastle with 67. I will say Newcastle at 67 is probably pretty average for them. Tottenham with 70, maybe on the little higher side than average on a normal save. But Wolves getting to 80 points has been absolutely lights out fantastic. Wolves' schedule starts out August, not too bad, only 2 losses and a single draw, everything else wins. But then look at that run from Burnley all the way down to this loss against Brighton. Fantastic set of green, just several months worth of points galore. You do lose out EFL Cup 4th round to Brighton, but in the league, wow, you just continue on. FA Cup, you continue on. You do lose 2 more matches, Everton and Southampton. That one you probably could have won, depending on where they ended up in the table. But FA Cup, you continue on until the final against, yes, none other than Liverpool in extra time. 0-1 loss in the FA Cup final. That is too bad to see. But again, some stretches here that are just fantastic to see. You do have the occasional loss or the occasional draw. Liverpool, again, 3-4. What are you going to do? Tottenham, as you'd expect, spottier with 10 points differential between the two. Everton, 4-1 win over them starting the season. Champions League looking not too bad. EFL Cup 4th round, you do lose out to Liverpool. Premier League second half of the season, you've got some losses here and there, but that's a nice set of January green right there. Continuing on in the FA Cup, all the way down to this Wolves match, 1-4 loss in the FA Cup semifinals. Champions League, you do lose out to Frankfurt yet again. We've seen that before. They tie at home and they lose away from home. All cup competitions finished. You finish out the season somewhat strongly. I mean, a 5-2 loss against Liverpool, a 2-3 loss against Wolves, but everything else, a nice set of green with a single draw in there, West Ham. And again, if you take over and you are any good at the game, you can probably bring a lot of these back. Brighton 3-4, West Brom 0-0, Aston Villa 0-0. Some of these you can definitely turn into points. And then Newcastle sitting only 3 points south of Tottenham. Not too bad. A 5-0 loss to Liverpool at the start of the season, not fantastic. But the run from there on out, all the way down to Bournemouth and this, up until this Man City loss, is a fantastic set of results. You do lose out in the third round of the EFL Cup 3-4 against Arsenal. Finally, a big team that you're losing out to. FA Cup, though, you continue on. FA Cup, all the way to the semifinals. Liverpool 0-2. You drop out, as usual. But April is really the only bad month. After that, Brighton all the way down. You're finishing fairly strong. And you're really bringing up your point tally. So second half of the season, not doing too bad, except for April. Ugh. Wolves, still not spending a whole lot of money, but Lino Sousa from Arsenal, 7.5. Chiquinho from Benfica for 4.2. Not too bad. Tottenham spending big on Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, 22 million. Liverpool, not a whole lot of money there, but still for Ox, yeah, that's a good amount there for Liverpool to get. Augustin, is it Glay from San Lorenzo, 5.5 million? I haven't seen him before that I can remember. And Hugo Lloris out to El Saad for 3.8. So that's a big one right there. Newcastle, we've seen before, Alex Scott and Douglas Santos from Zenit, 20 to 5.5. And that's a 1.3 for Mark Gillespie. Squad wise, as usual, just pause where you want to see your players. A lot of green for Wolves, which is nice. Pedro Neto is 728, 726 for Cunha. Very nice. Tottenham wise, a lot less green, but still not too bad. Harry Kane gets 722. He's injured though. Can we figure out receive 4 weeks to 2 months, so not too bad. And then finally Newcastle. You got some green in there. 732 for Almiron, 731 for Isaac. Data hub wise for Wolves, as you can see, this is a very attacking tactic, as you would expect with a Klopp tactic. Shaky defensively, again, as you would expect for a Klopp tactic. But team attacking, a lot of numbers in the positive over the Premier League average. Some numbers just kind of on the average. If you boosted some of those, you could have done better. But still, third in the league is not too bad. Defending wise, you're half and half on the Premier League average, a little bit more. You do miss out on a couple things, clearances per game, fouls made per game. I guess you don't need that, but still. Tottenham, shaky defensively, very good in attack. And as you can see, some more numbers, some higher numbers in attack. You still get a couple that are pinpoint on the Premier League average. Defensively, it actually looks a little bit better than Wolves did, but you still have blocks per game, clearances per game, conceded per game, not doing all that well. And then Newcastle, again, shaky defensively, very good in attack, very good in attack. You can see a lot of high-end numbers there in attack. And then defensively, a little more rounded than the others, but still you got some numbers that just need to be boosted no matter what. Most goals, Newcastle, Wolves, Tottenham, all in there. Newcastle at 88, number 2 to Man City's 93. Fewest shots against, Tottenham is the only one. Possession, all three teams. Most dribbles made, you got a couple. But overall, most tackles won. You got Tottenham is the only one with 804. No passing. Most shots for, you got all three teams. And then most points, all three teams as you would expect for getting into those Europe spots. I'm still amazed and impressed that they all made it into European spots. I think that's one of the first times, if not the first time we've seen that. Player overview, Haaland, of course, with 39. Cunha, Isaac, and Son, and Kane all in there from 15, though, to 26. That's quite the disparity. Most assists, Sarabia is back 19, Neto with 15, Almiron with the same, and Jolinton with 10 from Newcastle. I don't think we've seen him a lot. Most player of the match awards, Cunha in there with 8, Son with 5, and Sarabia with 4. Best pass completion, dribbles made is in there with Semedo and friends. Fewest conceded, Hugo Lloris 40 in 25 appearances. Fraser Forster 19 in 13. So his backup, I guess. Jose Sa, 46 and 38. Not too bad, I guess. Shutouts, nobody, though. Tackles, 1. You got, who is that? Nunez with 99. So all three teams representing in the most key passes and most shots. Finishing out, as we always do, Wolves with the top goal scorer is Cunha with 32 goals in all competitions. Not too bad. It's probably one of the higher ones for him. 728 for Neto, 22 assists for Sarabia. That is a fantastic result to see. Cunha with 8 player of the match awards, definitely on the higher end for him. Wolves, you never see them up this far in the table, so you're getting some boosted numbers right there. Harry Kane and Son, both with 21 goals. Typically, I would say a low tally for Harry Kane. However, both on 21 is definitely spreading the love out a little. 722 for Harry Kane for highest average rating, 11 assists for Son, and then 5 player of the match awards for Son. Definitely on the low side, but I guess low to average. Newcastle's Isaac getting 31 tallies all across the board. Miguel Almiron 732. Almiron also getting 18 assists, and then Isaac getting 5 player of the match awards. I will say, league table wise, you're getting all three to Europe. That is a fantastic result. Newcastle with 67 points, probably fairly average for them. Maybe a little slightly higher than average. Tottenham on 70 is not too bad. If you're looking at averages, it's, I would say, above their average. Not too far above, but still above. But Wolves at 80 points right there, clearly in third. Could have brought it up to second. You just did a fantastic job with them and definitely deserve all the accolades and the Champions League next season. But that is it for me and the unbeatable Jurgen Klopp tactic from NIK FM. I don't know, but I am Stefan FM for the Football Manager blog channel saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.